Welcome to PLUSone, the series where each month I look at the free games on PlayStation Plus and tell you if they're worth the download. After all, the games may be free, but your time is valuable. March 2019's lineup features two games, The Witness and today's game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and let me just say that wow, that is a big one. When Black Ops 3 hit PS Plus in June of last year, it was the single most downloaded PS Plus game ever, so Activision giving another Call of Duty away for free is huge. And of all games, it's Modern Warfare. This was one of the most influential games in the modern era, but we're 12 years removed from it now. That's the average age of a Call of Duty fan. So much has changed since Modern Warfare took the world by storm. Does it still hold up over a decade later, and more importantly, is it worth your time and for some reason 75 gigs of your hard drive space? Let's find out. The biggest question you probably have with this game is, did they do a faithful job remastering Modern Warfare? And I'm going to answer that in two parts. First off, yes, this is actually one of the most faithful remasters in recent memory. The game plays one-to-one exactly the same as you'd expect, right down to the sometimes iffy collision detection. If you're playing online, you're gonna get killed by that one last shot that didn't actually hit you, and it's gonna be just as frustrating as it always was. Now, while the game plays exactly as expected, it doesn't play exactly the same as it was. Some very slight tweaks have been made to the user interface. For example, when you're aiming down sight on a sniper, the edges of the screen don't go black. For another example, the achievements are marginally different, and the PlayStation version finally actually has trophies. There are probably one or two more tiny nitpicks that people could have, but let's be honest though, none of those matter. You're still gonna feel the satisfaction of playing a Call of Duty game before they started jumping the shark mechanically. The campaign is just as fun as it always has been, with the new lighting, models, and textures showing this game in the same rose-tinted light that we all remember it in, without going overboard and washing out the visuals like so many other remasters. I only expected to see the original game with upscaled graphics, not a total ground-up overhaul, so kudos to Raven for going all out with this one. Keep in mind, I've never been a Call of Duty guy, but playing this even brought me back to 2007, and it helped me remember just how good and thoughtful the campaigns in these games used to be. When you play online, you'll also notice that every single gun is identical to the original. So much work went into making sure this game was exactly as fans remembered it, and it shows. This game is clearly free right now to get us excited for that inevitable Modern Warfare 2 remaster announcement, and at face level, I've gotta say, it's working. I can't exactly call this game simple, of course. With the class customization, unlockable attachments, and of course the kill streaks, this was arguably the game that moved us away from simple arcade shooters. And this is where I talk about the second part of that answer. While Modern Warfare Remastered is faithful mechanically, it's also packed full with some of its descendants' innovations. Some new cheat codes are added to the campaign for some extra fun. Multiplayer modes like Gun Game, Kill Confirmed, and many others are brought into the mix and feel right at home here. The developers even added Prop Hunt as a permanent game mode, honoring the popular mod from the original PC version of the game. But in traditional Activision fashion, they also monetized this game through loot boxes. In fact, the first thing you see when you load the multiplayer is a prompt for those loot boxes. This is where my heart sank. This game has a handful of seasonal packs from which you can choose your loot boxes, and like in many games nowadays, there's the new inclusion of both paid and unpaid in-game currencies to get you hooked. On one hand, I like that the maps are tweaked with these seasonal events. For example, right now, little St. Patrick's Day themed posters and graffiti are on some of the walls in some levels. It's cute. On the other hand, this is just blatant. While when they were first introduced, they were solely for cosmetic upgrades like new avatars, camos, and weapon kits, now there are several guns from later games tossed into the mix, and many fans say that these guns are often better than the ones in the original Modern Warfare. Now yes, you can avoid the loot box depot if you don't want to use it, and you can get the new guns for free if you grind for a good while, but it spits in the face of the original game to bring this kind of stuff in at all. And the thing is, that's why this was all snuck in over several updates well after launch, because even Activision knew this was a bad move. Even the remastered map pack reeks of greed. What was once $9.99 in the original game is now a $15 DLC. For that matter, why wasn't that included at launch? Anyway, I digress. If not for that greed, Modern Warfare Remastered would be just as good as the original, arguably better thanks to the visuals and the addition of those fan-favorite game modes. All of those bells and whistles that later games had aren't missed at all here, and I found myself having more fun playing COD now than I probably ever have. It goes without saying, but yes, you should +1 Modern Warfare Remastered to your collection. If nothing else, the campaign is still fantastic high-octane fun, and the multiplayer is just as classic as ever. Just whatever you do, don't buy any of the loot boxes. Don't reward Activision for these disgusting practices. For you trophy hunters out there, rejoice, because one thing that didn't change is that Modern Warfare Remastered has no achievements tied to its multiplayer. That means that all you have to worry about to get the Platinum trophy is the campaign stuff. Man, remember when games didn't have online trophies? Oh, those were the days. If you're watching this video after March and you didn't download it for free, Modern Warfare Remastered runs for $40, which is pretty steep all things considered. I personally wouldn't pay $40 for it knowing that it's packed with tacked-on microtransactions, and since they couldn't even include the map pack in the package, but that's your call. Now, with all that said, let's get the hype train started for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered in the comments down below, because come on, we all know it's coming. While you're waiting for that announcement, why not check out some more of my videos to hold you over? Don't forget to hit the like button if I've helped you out at all, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe for at least one awesome video every single week.